Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Project A, a Hong Kong action comedy from 1983 that stars Jackie Chan, Sammo and Yuen Biao. Jackie also directed the movie. So the following plot synopsis was taken from the website Love HK Film. It's turn of the century Hong Kong, and Jackie Chan stars as Dragon Ma, a courageous man working for the Coast Guard. Throughout the course of the movie, our hero eventually teams up with Sammo and Yuen Biao to take down a group of nefarious pirates led by Dick Wei, who seem to be the scariest looking yet altogether nicest pirate in cinema history. And that's pretty much all there is to know, or to tell for that matter in terms of a plot synopsis. So one thing I enjoyed about Project A is that it's certainly a different situation from what we typically see. I mean, Hong Kong coast guarding is not exactly a popular subgenre of film, so this has a slightly different feel from some of Jackie's other movies. Like, for example, the uniforms, the set designs, and the overall technology and period sets are reflective of this particular era of time, and therefore they do add some personality to the movie. The story does kind of meander around for much of the opening half. At first you're not really sure if a clear conflict is going to emerge or be developed at any point, and eventually it does. It shows up a little bit further into the film. In the meantime, the characters engage in training, going to bars, getting into fights, etc. It's pretty fast-paced, and the presence of both Sammo and Yuen Biao definitely helps. So even though the conflict kind of meanders, the situational stuff is constantly thrown at you. Eventually, the bad guys, I think, take some people hostage, from what I remember, and try to negotiate a secret arms deal with this colonel. But Jackie kind of overhears them and convinces the colonel to attack the pirates instead. And this leads us kind of towards the big finale. Comedy-wise, Project A is an amusing movie. Some of the humor is a bit bizarre, though. It is. There's one dude at one point in the training sequence who switches a fake grenade with a real one. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, this guy's crazy. Like, why would you do that? As a joke? Like, are you insane? It is an amusing scene, though. Of course, some of the laughs in the film come from the physicality of the fight scenes and Jackie's likable on-screen persona. But I would not say this is like a laugh-out-loud type movie. It's just amusing. Action-wise, the opening bar fight involves like the Coast Guard guys and the police, and it's a brawl basically between Jackie's men and Yun's men. And Yuen gets to use his athleticism in this scene very nicely, and he gets some good fighting moments with Jackie, like one-on-one moments, and then they get broken up into like the brawl, and then they come back and they fight one-on-one. It's pretty cool. It's good stuff. I like the part where, like, at one point, two random, like, cops or authority figures show up and they try to break up the fight, and everyone in the room says, like, hey, we're all law officers as well, and they like grab them and throw them into the room and start punching them. It's a good brawl, a classic brawl scene. The restaurant fight is pretty sweet. They use a large central staircase as the focus, with stuntmen flipping over the edge and landing pretty hard. Then after that, Sammo hooks up with Jackie, which you always like to see, and there's some shenanigans involving stolen rifles. There's one of the highlights of this scene that I always remember is the neat kind of chase fight scene involving a lady with bad guys on bicycles. And you get some cool stunts involving tight alleyways and ladders that are mixed in with the bike stuff. And then that transitions to another restaurant fight involving Jackie, Sammo, and some bad guys. So, like I said, like the conflict isn't that deep in this, but stuff keeps happening and the pacing keeps flowing. So, eventually, the sledgehammer duel shows up in a clock tower. That's also a highlight. And, I mean, probably in this particular scene, it's one of the most insane stunts in Jackie's entire career. It involves a clock tower. And when it happens, you realize and you're reminded that this man was completely nuts. To even try something like this. He actually did risk his life for our entertainment value, and it's definitely one of the highlight moments of his career, in my opinion. And then we get the big fight finale, amusing stealth infiltration that flows into a 3-on-1 fight with the big baddie. So, I mean, there's a lot of action in this movie, and it's good quality. So, I mean, Project A, as you might expect, it's a Jackie Chan film from the 80s. Very good action comedy, right? I strongly recommend this if you somehow have not seen it. And it's currently available streaming on YouTube and Amazon. I also have the 2-disc Region B Blu-ray release from Eureka, which includes the sequel, Project A2. And I'll probably get to that one soon for a review. So yeah, it's good. It's always nice to go back and rewatch some of these Jackie movies from back in the day. And I mean, a lot of them just hold up. And you just remember this guy was nuts. So yes, let me know what you think of this one. And as always, I'll see you next time.